In this video, we'll explore the main features of the Communer platform. These include adding and modifying announcements, prayer times, events and activities, and photo albums. Let's explore each feature in detail. Announcements are posts that notify your communers about updates that are not time-specific. Announcements can be scheduled to post on a specific date and remain live for a set period of time. They can be sent to either your entire community or a specific group of members and can be set to notify members via SMS, social media, and in-app notifications. To create a new announcement, click on the Announcements icon and then click Add Announcement on the right of the console. When creating an announcement, you can write the title and text of the announcement and define whether it's a general announcement, a personal announcement, or an advertisement. You can also decide whether it should be public and visible to all Communer users worldwide, or private, visible only to members of your community. And within your own community, you can set it to be visible to only specific groups. You can then define when the announcement should appear and how long it should stay up for. Choose to have it appear immediately for a set number of days, or set a time for it to be posted and when it should be taken down. Similarly, you can set if the announcement should be sent to members via SMS, push notification, or Facebook and Twitter, and define when the notification should be sent for each. Finally, you can pick a unique image for your announcement and then apply all your configurations by pressing Save at the bottom of the page. Back on the main announcements page, you can see all your current announcements, access your archive of past announcements, and use the search button on the far right to search through all your announcements. The Events and Activities page is where you can see a calendar and list of all your events, and where you can add and modify new events and activities for your community. In the main page, you can view your current events by month, week, or day views. You can cycle from one time period to the next with the arrows on the left, and you can always return to the current date by pressing the Today button. Click on any day to see a list of that day's events in the Day view on the right sidebar. Double-click on a specific event to edit it, on the X to remove an event, or the Add Event button to add a new event. To create a new event, first give it a name and description. Then select whether it's a one-time event or a series of classes or other recurring activities. For a single event, simply select the time and date it will be starting and ending at. For recurring events, you can define the start and end time and the frequency of its occurrence. Daily, once or more a week, or specific days of the month. Once that is defined, you can set your events to reoccur until a specific date, or after a specific number of occurrences. You can define whether your event is private, for your community only, or public, visible to guests and exploring communers. You can even make it visible only to specific groups within your own community. To set the location of your event, simply type in the address and select the option from the search results that appear. If you've already defined your community's facilities within Communer, these can also be defined as your location. Now you can define which updates to send to your community and what times they appear. You can also let people know if and how much an event will cost to attend. Finally, select an appropriate image for this event and click Save to add a new event to your community's calendar. Back on the main events page, you can click on Current to see a list of all scheduled events, when they are scheduled for, how many people are planning to attend, as well as their privacy settings, location, and price. The Prayer Services page allows you to view your current listed prayer times and add and update new times. The first page is the Calendar page, where you can view your currently scheduled prayer times by month, week, or day views. You can cycle through the dates using the arrows on the left, and you can always return to the current date by pressing the Today button. To add a new prayer time, click the button on the right side of the page. There are two types of prayers, a single prayer or a recurring prayer set that repeats at regular intervals. Let's look at how to schedule a set of prayers. First, you define the name of the prayer and whether it's a shacharet, mincha, or ma'ariv prayer. Next, you define the duration that this prayer cycle will last for and on what days of the week it will occur. Finally, based on the type of prayer you are defining, you can either set it at a custom time or link it to a predefined time. You can even choose to have the prayer time occur at a fixed later time, such as 15 minutes after Shkia. Press Save and your new prayer schedule will be added to the calendar, visible to members' apps and on your community's central displays. Back on the main calendar display, you can click on any day to see a list of that day's prayers. Click the X at the top of the list to delete a prayer, or click on a specific prayer time to edit it. Aside from the calendar, you can also click on Services to see a chronological list of all your active prayer times and search through them with your search icon, or click on Archive to see your past, currently inactive prayer times. The gallery is where you can add and modify photo albums from your events and share them with your communers. To create a new album, click the plus sign on the right of the page. Here you can give your album a title, define whether it's public and visible to anyone or private only to your community. You then select an album cover image from your computer and save the album. To add images to your album, select your album by clicking on it and then click again to open. You can now add an individual image with a separate caption using the green plus sign. You can also add several images at once by clicking the button furthest to the left and then selecting Add Several Images. Click the blue picture to select a picture from your computer. Repeat this as many times as necessary to add all the pictures you want, and then click Save to upload all the pictures at once. Within an album, you can also click the Album Information tab to update the album's name and change its visibility and cover image.